Hey, Charles!
Yes?
What the fuck are we doing?
I'm sorry, it's been such a while. I'm trying to get my vocal cords ready for this, you know?
Yes. We are back with pay-per-view predictions after a few months off, because it just got tiring.
Yeah, and if we...
And no, we're not fucking doing Payback next week.
No.
Because
Yeah.
why the fuck is there a pay-per-view a week after SummerSlam?
Tell that to crazy old man Vince McMahon about that, my dude, because I don't know.
So now I gotta think about what's happening at Payback now to factor into predictions.
Which honestly really is just going to be like, you know...
But as of right now on Wednesday, the go-home show for SmackDown has not happened yet, so if any matches get added, do fucking bad.
More than likely it won't, anyways.
But only 8 matches this year so far, which is actually kind of low.
For a big 4 pay-per-view, yes.
I will predict, though, that there's going to be AJ and Jeff also on the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I mean that could be a possibility.
What else was there going to be?
Yeah.
I just think AJ and Jeff's going to be a shoe-in because I think it's going to end in a DQ rematch at SummerSlam.
Yeah, that could be a possibility. Yeah.
Lucha House Party versus Cesaro Nakamura.
Cesaro Nakamura will definitely retain at that one.
I hope Lucha House Party does take the belts away from them after.
Really, I hope Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura will keep them up for a while.
Moving on, let's just start with the pay-per-view. The first match is the Street Profits, who want the smoke, against Andrade and Angel Garza for the Raw Tag Team Championships.
And as someone who was a fan of the Street Profits since NXT, I just want to say on the record that their tag team title reign has been very disappointingly lackluster, to say the least.
The pandemic does not help at all.
I mean, that's true. Now, I just went to CageMatch.com to see how many times they actually did defend the titles. And from WrestleMania to SummerSlam, that's only about 4 times. And...
which is more than a few people.
Yeah, probably
Braun,
more than
sorry.
Braun. Less than, but it's like... And yeah, they're still entertaining. They still show they're really fun, but it feels like they're...
I will say, the highlight of their title reign so far has definitely been whatever you can do, I can do better against the Viking Raiders. That was stupid, but hysterical.
I have mixed feelings on that one, especially with the whole... What did they do? Did they did that shit in Extreme Rules or Backlash? I can't remember when it was like...
It was before WrestleMania.
I remember it was like some...
I'm pretty sure.
No, it was like some sort of one of those cinematic fights they did, and then Akira Tozawa came out with a band of ninjas because he's Japanese.
And threw that match out.
I don't know,
But just the fact that they're still playing into the shit with Ivar being cute, and I think it's Ivar being cute and Eric not so much.
Yeah.
It's stupid, but it's enjoyable, and if you don't know why, just Eric is, I believe, straight edge, married to Sarah Logan, and they can't have any, other flirty type things for some reason, I think. I'm not 200% clear, but I think that's part of the reason why they're just saying you not so much all the time.
I mean, I don't get it. I mean, wrestlers who are actually married have storylines where they're in a relationship with another wrestler.
Lana.
Yeah, Lana.
Lana and Rusev.
Yeah.
Vicky and Dolph.
Vicky was widowed at that point, but I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Who else was there?
Oh, Vince McMahon many times.
Dolph and AJ, I believe?
I remember Daniel Bryan had a storyline relationship with AJ Lee, even though she was in a relationship with CM Punk at the time, so...
Ryder and Eve Torres.
That too.
Anyways, back to the match. I don't know where this is gonna lie.
Now, for me...
I think they want to go farther with Angel and Andrade, but with the footage coming out of Zelina poisoning Montez, I think I'm going to give this one to the Street Profits to retain.
Now, I actually do, Angel and Andrade as a heel tag team. I think they actually did work pretty well against each other, especially with Selena. And I think it is time to have the Raw Tag Team Champions have a couple new faces. So I think this will finally be the big time for Selena and her group. So I'm actually going to get this one to Angel and Andrade.
Interesting. Next up, Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship.
Oh my god, Randy Orton has been such a vicious asshole heel as of late, and I love it. That's the heel of Randy Orton.
Oh yeah.
Like. It really makes you want to hate him like it should be, especially like
punting, Edge, Christian, Flair, Michaels.
I think Flair was definitely the breaking point for a lot of people when it came to Randy attacking legends. So, yeah. Which is what I don't get. I mean, Ric Flair is around someone who wanted to bring back being the legend killer. So, I don't see how he cannot see that coming. But, anyways, I think that was... I like how they were already hating Randy beforehand, but when he did that to Ric Flair... a couple weeks ago was a breaking point for everyone, and everyone now wants to get Drew McIntyre to tear Randy's head off. So, if you ask me, I think...
But you do realize the reason why Randy actually did that to Flair, right? And the reasoning behind it?
Actually, no, I don't know why.
It was actually allegedly due to... They had Randy punt Flair due to the fact that Flair's aid in the pandemic was getting worse in the Florida area. So they did that to write him off so he can be safe at home.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what...
Allegedly. I'm not sure how much I believe that. I can kind of see it.
Well, either way, it still made some really good heel heat onto Randy Orton. So, either way, they were able to make it work.
For sure.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm going to be shooting myself in the foot, but I think Randy's going to win it from Drew here.
I think Drew has definitely had one of the more better title reigns, because it was also like I always had some little doubt in me it was going to end up being disappointing, but so far it's been pretty good for us for the competitive. Like who did he compete with it so far? Dolph Ziggler. Well, hold on, what's his WrestleMania? Which he competed against Dolph Ziggler a couple times, I believe. I actually forgot the other opponents he had.
Seth, and he went from Brock.
Oh yeah, they went from Brock, Seth, and so far I think he is doing a pretty well job in the title, and I think they'll probably want to continue to it till like the end of the year somewhere, so I'm going to give it to Drew McIntyre to retain.
Interesting.
But I think without doubt, this definitely has the best chance of being match of the night, without doubt.
Yeah, I just think they're going to give it to Randy until they can allow fans back in attendance fully, and then have Drew win back the championship at the next pay-per-view with fans so he can actually get a triumphant celebration.
Oh man, if only he actually did beat Brock Lesnar in front of the WrestleMania audience. I would have loved to see the pop he finally worked so hard to deserve.
Oh yeah. Next up, a match that I never thought I would see. Apollo Crews, who is champion, versus MVP for the United States Championship.
I think let me go back to Royal Rumble, okay? Everyone expected Edge in some way. There was doubt, probably, but everyone did rumored Edge to be in. But I think no one has rumored MVP. So I think
I told you the day of, I said I found a picture on Twitter about MVP coming, or they were testing his Titantron entrance thing, and I'm like, oh, MVP's a secret. Sure enough, he was in Houston. Lives in Houston, I'm pretty sure. Wait, was it in Houston this year? Yes, it was, wasn't it?
I did not. I must have forgot you did.
2020 Royal Rumble. Where was it? Yeah, Minute Maid Park, home of the Houston Astros. That's right, because we made the joke about how the Astros train guy was going to be a part of the Falls Count Anywhere match with the train.
So yeah.
Sadly, I did not get that wish.
So yeah, MVP was honestly a bit more of a surprise to me than Edge, but I forgot what you said about MVP returning, but either way, it was definitely a good surprise, and I thought it was going to be, one of those one-time returns to the Rumble and he's just gonna disappear again after that, but it seems like he's finally making a in-ring return, which is good. I like MVP. I thought he was always good at what he does, so it's nice to see him back. Although I was confused with the whole shit about him thinking he can win the title because Apollo didn't show up, and apparently Apollo was still technically the champion this whole time, which just shows how much of a mess Extreme Rules was, so that's my rant on it.
I'm going to give this one to Apollo.
I'm going to give this one to Apollo too, because it's about time the guy finally gets a belt, even if it is a mid-card belt, so yeah, I'm going to give this one to Apollo to retain.
Also, but the stipulation to this match is that Lashley and Benjamin are banned from ringside.
They're going to find some way to be in the match.
Also, can I just say congratulations to Shelton Benjamin for winning the title for the first time in, 10 years?
Not only has he won the 24/7 champion, or any title for
3 times now.
Yeah.
I popped. I'm like, wait, what? Shelton's champion? What the fuck? Okay. I guess we're doing this.
It's the 24/7 champion, but better than nothing.
A title in WWE, I should mention.
Aye.
What I feel like has potential is Dominic Mysterio versus Seth Rollins in a street fight match.
And ever since a couple of weeks ago on Monday Night Raw, Dominic Mysterio is now an official, actual professional wrestler.
Which is why I think he's going to lose his first match against Seth Rollins, unfortunately.
Yeah, like, who actually is going to see Dominic going to win this match against Rollins? I mean, it's going to put on a good storyline that he's going to be,
it's a no DQ match, but you got to think about it from a logical standpoint, because it's a street fight. Obviously, Ray and Murphy's going to get involved.
Definitely, and
Ray has one eye. Murphy is fully capable. Dominic's still new. Will probably mess up a little bit.
Yeah.
Misjudge some stuff. Get hurt. Not really hurt, but I think he may get slightly injured. So I feel like Seth's going to take advantage of that, and I think Seth's going to come victorious, unfortunately.
Yeah, they're going to make this, beautiful story. Dominic's going to, face against the man that put Rey Mysterio's eye out, and I think he'll probably get some good beatings on Seth Rollins. They're gonna make you feel like he's gonna win and he's going to beat him up really good, but unfortunately we'll still lose the heel at the end. And still, this will definitely be a big way for Dominic to make his debut on the WWE.
Well, no.
So.
You might want to correct that. It's not his SummerSlam debut, because 15 years ago!
Oh my god. Holy shit. I forgot this is the exact same pay-per-view that he had, that that storyline where Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio fighting for his custody, which, unpopular opinion, okay, I actually did like that storyline. I think it's because it just built a lot of good drama. Maybe because I was so young and I watched, and I was like, and Dominic is only about a year older than me, probably, but yeah. I completely forgot this is the exact same pay-per-view where that storyline finished off.
But yeah, 15 years ago that happened.
So yeah, wow, can't believe that. Wow.
Next up, so Seth for me, Charles also said Seth.
Yeah, Seth will definitely win, but they're definitely going to build Dominic to put up a good fight, at least. At least I hope.
Next up, since these are the two pretty much the same match, Sasha versus Asuka, then Bayley versus Asuka, we may as well do 2 in one go. Asuka beats Sasha, Bayley retains against Asuka.
That's weird, because I think Sasha's going to retain against Asuka, and Bayley will lose against Asuka.
I just think Asuka's going to beat Sasha because Sasha is not I still don't see Sasha as the official Raw Women's Champion because of some bullshit.
I mean...
And Bayley, I just don't see who can take it off Bayley right now. They're not really building anybody up on SmackDown.
It's like, fun fact, okay, if you take the moment from Money in the Bank 2019 and up to now, Bayley has basically been champion for over a year, Now, there was that one time when she lost it in Hell in a Cell against Charlotte.
Who won it back the next week.
Yeah, so I'm saying, so technically it counts as 2 different reigns, but if you, ignore those 5 days, she's practically been SmackDown Women's Champion for really longer than anyone if those 5 days were ignored, which they can, but you get what I'm getting at.
She is the longest reigning SmackDown champion by double what the second place has. In terms of days.
Yeah, pretty much. So
second is Becky at 216. Bayley's at 452 and counting.
And they've been constantly teasing many times actually about a Sasha and Bayley breakup. They did that a couple of months ago, and they did it
I've said this countless times. They don't know what the fuck to do with Sasha and Bayley. They're best friends, rivals, best friends, rivals, best friend, rivals.
And that's...
Just fucking pick something.
That's exactly... I think they always plant the seeds for a breakup, but then they eventually do not know what will happen. They both separate, so they check it out and make some lame way to keep them as... Like they did it at WrestleMania, but for some reason they didn't go through, and that's the thing. Will they finally decide to go along with it at SummerSlam or not? I don't know. But I think either way, this could be the ironic part to where they're both the women's champions of their specific brands, and then as soon as Sasha finally wins her belt, Bayley also finally loses. So I think Asuka will lose against Sasha, but will gain the SmackDown Women's Champion against Bayley. And I think you said you are guessing the exact opposite of that one.
Yeah, I'm saying Sasha will lose. Bayley will retain. Also, since Sasha's never had an official title run, she always loses in her first few defenses. I think history repeats itself with that as well.
Well, no, she is marked as the official Raw Women's Champion now.
True, but has she even had a defense yet?
Actually, I think she did technically defend the Tag Team Women's Champion with Bayley, which they retained at least once, so she finally did have...
I meant
but you're talking about singles reigns, yeah, not yet.
But speaking of the tag belts, those are on the line next week at Payback, which I think they'll lose them to the Iconics.
Which is good, because they don't need to be holding those titles, no.
Yeah. Next up, Braun versus The Fiend.
Now, this one, I have actually no idea of who's going to win. Yeah. I think this is going to be the most
honestly
difficult. Yeah. I remembered when Goldberg beat The Fiend, and I tried to think of...
That pissed everyone off.
Yeah, including
so
me
let's piss them off even more. Here's what's going to happen. Hold on, Charles. No, let me go. It's my stupid prediction time.
Okay,
here's what's going to happen. Braun and Fiend go hit each other, bang, back and forth constantly, right? The ref starts the 10 count to get up. 1, 2, 3. What happened? All the way up to 8. You hear Heavy Machinery's music come up. Otis is running full speed with the briefcase.
I know what you're getting at now. Continue.
Gives to the ref. I'm cashing in. 1, 2, 3. Otis is the new Universal Champion. No idea why. I'm giving a what the fuck prediction because I have no idea with this match.
Now, they have...
So Otis is winning in my prediction. Otis cashes in.
Oh.
Because they haven't done fuck all with the briefcase yet, which sucks.
Okay, but let's just say that doesn't happen. Who are you giving it between the two if that doesn't happen? Just in case.
Fiend.
Me? Okay. So your main prediction's Otis, but I'll also count yours with the Fiend that doesn't happen.
Fiend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Just there was rumors going around it was going to be Otis versus Corbin storyline for the briefcase and have Corbin cash in and win it, but I don't think that's going to ever happen.
Now, as for this match, this one's definitely the most hard to predict because when we think the Fiend was going to be unstoppable, we knew he had to lose eventually, just not to the kind of person that we thought was going to end
at Hell in a Cell in the no contest.
Yeah, Hell in a Cell no contest. But when you're talking about an actual lost 1, 2, 3 against Goldberg, I mean, I tried to think of it like, the Fiend might be unstoppable, but he could still be put down, so maybe Goldberg got lucky or whatever, but I don't know. But man, that pissed me off. So if I have to go with one of these two, I think they still want to try to get Braun Strowman's title reign to be more popular with people. So I think maybe in a very bizarre way he can think of a way, but I think eventually Braun will overcome and retain the Universal Champion. So I'm giving for Braun to retain for this one.
And lastly, Sonya Deville versus Mandy Rose in a hair versus hair match.
When was the last time we seen a hair versus hair match?
I was afraid you were going to ask that. I quickly Googled it. Please correct us if we're wrong. It was Enzo versus Sylvester Lefort in NXT TakeOver in 2014.
Wait, what? Are you sure? Okay, I did not know that. Honestly, I haven't been watching NXT since that way back. I've been watching NXT since 2015.
I don't think that was the last one, but it might be.
I mean,
anyways,
more than likely, because these matches are extremely rare when they happen.
But I'm gonna give this one to Mandy. I just can't see Mandy bald, but I can easily see Sonya as bald.
Yeah, I think Sonya would definitely look much more badass. Like, not exactly bald, but definitely like a short, very short hairstyle, which I think they're gonna end her up being more than bald. But I actually do like these hair versus hair matches because it has that humility factor over it. Like if the heel finally gets embarrassed against the baby face by having the force to get the head shaved off, I mean, that can create such a satisfying feeling. So I would think that Mandy Rose is going to win this match, and Sonya is going to appear on SmackDown. Maybe not bald, but like with much shorter hair. So Mandy Rose for me too.
But those are our predictions for SummerSlam. Like we said, we'll not be doing whatchamacallit?
Backlash. No, Payback. My bad.
Payback, yeah. Because fuck back-to-back pay-per-views. Anyways, thank you all for watching. And stay tuned for the next one.
Which is the show after Payback, which I have no idea what that is.
Yeah. Take care. And remember, don't do drugs.
Well, maybe a little bit, but not too much. Messin'.